are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high-flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that today and more. These and other behaviors provide an environment full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, and years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Throughout today's experience, you'll see our whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors strengthen their social bonds and allow them to problem solve as a group. This is why they are known as the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is Orca. Their common name is killer whale. We are home to 5 killer whales, all with their own unique personal names. We have 3 females, Dakara, Sakari, and Kamea, and our 2 males joining us out front right now are Kyuquot and Tuar. Kamea is our youngest whale at 9 years old. Dakara is our oldest whale at 31 years old. Dakara is the matriarch of our pod, which means she is the leader. These whales trust us and take an active role in their own health and well-being. Through the use of positive reinforcement training techniques, we teach them husbandry or healthcare behaviors. And to help demonstrate some of these behaviors today, we have Carrie and Dani at the slide outs.
Thanks, Kassidy. Hi, everyone. I'm over on this side of the pool with 23-year-old Tuar, and he's currently demonstrating one of the very first husbandry behaviors that we teach the whales. It's called a fluke present. Now, not only does this fluke present allow us to get a great look at the entire underside of his body, but it also gives us close access to the easy-to-see shallow veins that run on the underside of their tail flukes. Our veterinarians can collect a blood sample from these veins at least once a month. And as you can see, the whales are conditioned to remain calm throughout the entire procedure. Now, during today's presentation, you might notice us giving the whales back rubs, belly rubs, or even tail massages. Killer whales have very sensitive skin, so this is just one of the ways that we can strengthen our relationships with them.
That is right, Dani. Hey everyone, I'm over here down at the glass, and joining us on the other side of the pool is 31-year-old Kyuquot. Now, collecting blood is just one of the important diagnostic tools we have here at SeaWorld. Another way that we can ensure the health of the killer whales is actually by getting their weight. In one of our adjacent pools, we have a killer whale size scale, and once a week we'll ask the whales to slide out of the water onto it, just like how you get demonstrating right here. Now, in this slide out position, you will notice a portion of Kyuquot's body from his dorsal fin on his back down to his tail flukes is partially in the water. This area of their body back here is called the peduncle, and it contains very large muscles weighing hundreds of pounds. So to get an accurate weight, we taught them to lift up their heads and tails. And that's how we know that as of this past Tuesday morning, Kyuquot's weighing in at 9,650 pounds. It's important that we weigh all of the whales on a regular basis to ensure that the younger whales are growing properly and that the adult whales like Kyuquot here are maintaining a healthy weight. All of these husbandry behaviors help us to ensure that the killer whales are healthy and thriving.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important important part of life for killer whales and for us.
Hi everyone, Tuar and I have moved down here to the glass, and joining us is Ashlyn. Now Ashlyn, did you know that killer whales learn through observational learning or mimicry? So they'll learn necessary life skills by watching their moms and other whales and copying some of the skills that they see. Now here at SeaWorld, they can even learn by watching and copying some of our movements. It's kind of like a game of follow the leader. So today we're gonna have Tuar play a game of follow the leader with you. Does that sound okay? Awesome. Now Ashlyn, the first thing I'm gonna have you do is lift your left arm all the way up. Your other left. There you go, and give him a great big wave. And look at that, he is paying very close attention to us. Killer whales are very curious animals, and we often see them spy hopping or even jumping completely out of the water to get a better view of their surroundings. Now with your help, we're gonna ask Tuar to demonstrate that with a behavior called a sighting bow. So this time we're gonna point at him. There you go, and throw your finger across your body. Nicely done, Ashlyn. Now he saw that and he is diving down to the bottom of this habitat at 40 feet deep before jumping out in the center.
Whoa, Tuar, that was super cool. I am down here at the glass with my new friend Jesus. And Jesus, we're going to be talking about how killer whales communicate with one another. They communicate in a variety of ways, and one of these ways is by producing vocalizations. So I'm going to have you show Kyuquot that first hand signal. Go for it. And back and forth, yep. Now you might have noticed that his mouth was closed while he was producing those sounds. Killer whales produce all of their vocalizations out of that blowhole on top of their head. Now, as I said, this is just one of the ways the whales communicate. Another way is actually by jumping out of the water, crashing their bodies back down onto the surface in a behavior called a breach. And we're going to ask Kyuquot to demonstrate. Ready? So take those two fists, stack them on top of each other, and bottom hand down. Nicely done! So the reason this is one of the ways killer whales communicate is because sound waves travel 4.5 times faster through water than through air. So this can be heard for miles. Awesome job, Kyuquot. And Jesus, go ahead and turn around for me. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to both of our volunteers.
As you can see, killer whales can communicate by leaping out of the water and making a huge splash. SeaWorld's observation and research of the killer whales in our care has shed light on many mysteries about these amazing animals. For example, we know that the gestation period for a pregnant killer whale is 17 months. That's information that is impossible to obtain out in the open ocean. However, some information can only be gained through field observation. SeaWorld works with our partners, like the Norwegian Orca Survey, to further our knowledge. Killer whales are remarkable, powerful animals, and the best expression of that power is when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal could be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will beach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from ice cliffs. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tail fins.
In the ocean, killer whales create waves to hunt, use fluke slams to stun their prey, and even beach themselves completely out of the water. For our whales, it's a fun demonstration, but for you, it's the thrill of the hunt. Unfortunately, things like overfishing and pollution pose a serious threat to many populations of killer whales.
Killer whales are impressive animals, and it's pretty obvious why they're the top predator in the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right? Wrong.
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean.
Their future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices we all make.
We hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassador for the ocean, limitless, connected, powerful,
but still vulnerable.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable.
Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference.
The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming, but together we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect.
So much to explore. The killer whale story is still being written.
And there are simple things we all can do to make a difference.
All it takes is one choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow and grow
And change the world.
Together, we've got this.
and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we certainly hope you enjoyed Orca Encounter. We'd like to share with you one more very special moment as one of our animal trainers is retiring, and this was his very last show. Now, back in 1988, a group of about 60 animal trainers was formed as a team to train animals to perform in